What's going on, gamers? Looks like a barrage of Xbox Intel is coming out ever since Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond have been replaced, basically. We can go ahead and say that now. With Phil probably getting the inside intel, obviously, before, but nobody else. So now we got the Xbox original co-founder coming out. Yeah, it gets interesting. We haven't seen him in a while, right? His name is Seamus Blackley. So, or Blackley, however the hell you say it. But the thing here is that um, he comes out and says something in the midst of what else was being projected to you, which we've been talking about. Dreamcast guys calling out and a lot of other people. He says right here, starting off with Shinobi's post, we'll get to the original article too. Xbox will be sunsetted. They're writing it off to finish it, however they want to do it, under new CEO. He's talking about the AI CEO, Asha. We kind of already seen this though. Like I said, it's AI time for them and data centers and all that other stuff. I've been telling y'all, be careful. They may, last year they might shut it down, or you never know what may happen. Magnus will come out, but then after that, is that really an Xbox console launch though? Nah, it's a PC OEM aspect with some backwards feats for older Xbox games, but it's still a PC though. It's going to be hoping for Steam to help it. But yeah, sunsetted under new CEO, original Xbox co-founder and console designer Seamus Blackley expects. He says Xbox, highlight point right here, like a lot of businesses that aren't the core AI business, that's what's obvious, is being sunsetted. Guys, he's coming out and saying it. Like, this is somebody who's like, let me step into the scene now, like nobody's paying attention to. He says they don't say that. They're not going to. I told you I was hiding stuff from you. But that's what's happening. I expect that the new CEO, Asha Sharma, her job is going to be as a palliative care doctor, like nice, cool sounding stuff, all that coming in, who slides it gently into the night, not into the sun, to shine into the night, like puts it into its grave nicely, like a nice mother, tendering and carrying it from India. Hey, this is what he's saying, right? I think we kind of already got the idea that it's already went into the crypt. And so that right there is like, whoa. He comes out and just says it. Respect that though, because he's like, man, I'm just going to say what I need to say. You know what I mean? I was the original co-founder and a console designer. So let me come out and tell you what I think. Then he says, it would have been shocking if they had somebody in there in a meaningful role. Whoa, hold up. He's coming and saying it, guys. He said it would have been shocking if they had somebody in there in a meaningful role. Respect. Who was passionate about games. All the stuff that people were saying, this guy comes out and shoots that down and says, meaningful role is someone who's passionate about games. We've been saying this. Passionate about the creator-driven business of games, not AI. And even before that, they weren't gamers either. Because it would be in direct conflict with everything else Microsoft is doing. And this is just like, it's funny because some guy like that has to come out and say it and state the obvious, where it's like, dude, I'm telling you, the Xbox brands and Microsoft, they've been showing they don't care about it. It's not in line with their core goals, and it's not part of their core business profit. They're making nowhere near the money Microsoft be making quarterly. You know what I mean? Through Azure and all that other stuff that's bringing in billions and billions and billions. Xbox is not doing that. Not even close. As a matter of fact, in order to even get somewhere close to like $1 billion, they would have to go over to PlayStation, Switch 2, and Steam to make that seem like that. But it itself, as an ecosystem standing on its own, it's impossible. No, it failed a long time ago. So he's basically saying when they're looking at it, and Satya said this a while ago, when I look at it, I don't see richness. I don't see Microsoft. I want it to be like Microsoft. If not, I mean, you pretty much know what that means. So that's basically what he's coming out here and saying, that these people here that all you see now, they're for the core enablement of Microsoft, not Xbox. It's not going to be people who are there that are passionate about games, that are passionate about the creative-driven business of games. That will be in direct conflict with everything else Microsoft is doing. And then we saw they didn't get their RAM deal. So this is not something that Microsoft wants to focus on, like it's supposed to be this big part that's going to happen. Like Sony needs to make sure PS6 is important. You know what I mean? As a core aspect of Sony, PlayStation is. Nintendo needs to make sure the Switch 2 does everything right. That is the heart of Nintendo. Whereas like Xbox is not the heart of Microsoft. It's not even close. It's a side project now. More than ever. You know what I mean? The 360 was actually really good, where it seems like you were building some identity. It's really good. But after that, it's like, no. So Microsoft is a company that is now enabling its customers by enabling AI to drive things. He's coming out and calling the PR nonsense right here. That's what Seamus just said, reiterated. That's at odds with the amateur model of any art, but specifically of games. Guys, he said it. There's no taking this back. He didn't say this on an accident. This is a statement. Let's think about this. Going down in the comments, Jess says, I don't know if I'd take a job that led to a result on my resume, like hired specifically to destroy a Fortune 200 subsidiary company beloved by millions, LMAO. Please hire me for the next executive role. As we see, I guess Jess has me blocked. I think it had something to do with Cody Swift challenging that one article. Ever since that, I mean, I never had no problem. I like his articles, but I don't know, that type of stuff happens. It's okay. It's not personal. I wish him well. Xbox Nation, if you believe Xbox is going to sunset, then please try using this, bro. So here goes a guy that's clearly a bot. He can't handle the truth. I guarantee you, well, let's go down here. Bro, just please change your name to Microsoft Gaming Nation and move on. You'll be Microsoft Gaming Nation with Copilot before too long. Keep calling and see the Yeah, I mean, nobody wanted this. I never wanted the Xbox brand to fail. I wanted it to succeed. I wanted the damn series to at least be at least 50-something million sales right now. I wanted them to at least compete with PlayStation and like do very well. That's what I wanted. But hey, man, that wasn't our decision, right? We know what ended up happening. So we knew there was going to be some drama coming on just for that. Bion says, I appreciate Blackley's, however you say it, never know with English, importance to the Xbox brand, but he hasn't been in there for 24 years and only gets interviewed to say clickbait stuff like this. Next up are some hot takes from Laura Fryer, who's actually intelligent. I like Laura. But no, him saying that is correct. Dude, if you're a part of something, you have a right to still speak. You were the one that initiated that. And he probably initiated it with a different mindset by what he sees now. He has a right to do that. It's not like it's wrong, and he's not wrong. He's correct. It's just being genuine. What's wrong with that? We need that. Not sure I believe this. They're still going to want their money back from Activision Blizzard. That's easy. They can just keep that as one of their main third-party publishers and get that. No problem. Don't worry about that. They have different plans for that. My guess is one last ditch attempt with the next-gen console. You mean the PC that's going to sell like 5 million copies or hardware units? It ain't going to do much because it's going to be in a Steam machine, Steam Deck situation as an extension of the PC market, hoping for Steam to help it out and giving them 100% of the cut. Otherwise, who would? You know what I mean? Because, yeah, bro. Guessing 10 plus years before a decision like that is made. I don't know about that. I said the X will be my last console. Yep, I felt the same way. I got the Series X day one. I had a different vision and hoped for a different vision from it, but it didn't end up going where I wanted it. I enjoyed it while I had it, though. I thought it was a great console. Microsoft always did a good job with their hardware, but everything else outside of that, good Lord. J-Dub says Xbox getting the or that John Cena treatment. Microsoft is a company that is now enabling its customers by enabling AI to drive things. It's over. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I don't understand why all of a sudden that would somehow be like, oh no, Xbox not gonna do this. Let's just not make AI stop it. But it's like, come on, man. No. Those are nice words. So this is the article where it came from. He basically highlighted what needed to be highlighted. Original Xbox co-founder reckons it's no coincidence that Microsoft installed a core AI executive like Asha Sharma as the new CEO of its gaming arm. Rather, he sees Sharma's promotion as a sign that non-AI businesses like Xbox will pretty much be sunsetted, as Microsoft invests wholly in AI as its ultimate solution to absolutely everything. So we all knew it was a lie when they were saying that. It's all coming out. The curtain's already being pulled down within her first day of being there. You see what I mean, guys? This is how it's working now. It's not working. Speaking with Game Beats, they said the co-founders basically sized up the future of Xbox to follow a seismic leadership changes that included the retirement of longtime gaming boss Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. Xbox, like a lot of businesses that aren't the core AI's businesses being sunset. It's basically what we just looked at, like pretty much right over here. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. And then if we want to see if we read anything else, I imagine asking somebody if it made sense to put a major motion picture studio into the hands of somebody who didn't like movies. Or a major record label into the hands of somebody who'd never seen a live show. Blackley said, why would you do that? Well, you'd only do that if you're looking at the problem in a more abstract way. The natural consequence of the focus on AI is that AI abstracts every problem from the minds of the executives who believe in it. We're extracting the problem of games as well. That's a core belief, and you can see it in what Satya said, that AI will pretty much replace games like it will replace everything. Blackley stressed that it doesn't matter whether you or not you agree with this view of AI or games, only that you recognize Microsoft is indeed that committed to AI. And if anything, he said it would have been shocking if they had somebody in there in a meaningful role who was passionate about games, passionate about creative-driven businesses. And that's what he's saying. That would have been in direct conflict with Satya's vision. So that was pretty much the extra thing we got out here. Imagine putting somebody in a major motion picture studio in the hands of somebody who didn't like movies. Great stuff and great take right here. I mean, he has a lot of good points, and that's what we were talking about. That's why we were saying, what does she have to do with gaming? No, she's coming to finish gaming in a nice way and maybe do some positive things, whatever she can, what they think is positive, but ultimately it's going to lead to the vision that Satya wants, that the industry is pushing right now, the AI goose chase, and that Xbox is pretty much on its closing ends in the next few years or so. Hey, I mean, that's pretty much what he's saying. I want you guys to let me know what you think. We obviously got a lot of comments down here, funny stuff. So looking at numbers, I would agree, but would they really kill all of it? They are the largest game publisher after all. You'd think that, but that's just a monopoly. But what they're going to do is they're going to take the profit what they can take with the big fish, and then they'll get rid of everything else and just get straight profit from stuff without worrying about any other hassle. You know what I mean? I think they're going to shrink stuff. They're not going to spend too much time focusing on it like that. They'll get going what they want to get going and use AI how they want to do it with Copilot and the Magnus and all that, forcing that in. And oh God, yeah, after seeing this, it's like he's just coming in and stepping in and saying it's already finished. So let me just go ahead and tell you guys the truth. I mean, there it is, guys. I mean, a lot of stuff to talk about with Xbox lately again, right? It's funny how that always ends up happening. Sony comes out with their Blue Point shutdown news, and then Microsoft's like, hold my beer again. Don't worry, I got the next 2 straight weeks of PR damage control, exposure, just everything you could think of. Here it is again. They did that. They didn't let Sony get that much heat for a while because they probably need their console to sell. And it's not like the Sony's going to get damaged anyway like that. They'll be fine. But you guys kind of get the point. Microsoft just couldn't let that go for too long. They had to bombard their news, and boy, here we go. I mean, talk about some shakeups again. It just keeps getting more insane, right? You would think that, let's stop right here. Nope. Let's take it a little bit farther. Yeah, what a last year plus for Microsoft, right? Or a year and a half. It's just been catastrophic. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. There we have it. The original co-founder coming out and saying it's about to be sunsetted. It is over. And she's just rocking the baby to sleep, basically, and putting it into its grave. I can't wait to see what Dreamcast guy's going to say about this. Peace out, y'all. I'm sorry, you know I had to say it. Keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on. And yeah, I mean, it's been rough being an Xbox gamer, I can imagine. Sorry, y'all. Hang in there. Later.